Well, hello friends, it's Scott from Platte River Keto. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On my channel, you get to come along for the ride on my keto journey. And I try to check in with you guys at least once a week to update you on my keto progress. And I try to check in with you on a regular basis on my short videos to just let you know what's going on with me. Today is Saturday, which means that theoretically it's a check-in day, although as you guys know, I'm just finishing up tax season. I worked my last Saturday today, which means that I haven't been checking in with you guys as regularly as I have in the past, especially not for the last couple of months. But I am renewing my goal to check in with you guys once a week on Saturdays, and so that is going to be my plan moving forward. So hopefully you can look forward to these long form videos on Saturdays like I used to do, and then of course my daily check-ins on my walks. So yeah, tax season is over for me, or practically over. Technically, tax season is over on Monday. It'll be an interesting day on Monday. Deadline day is always an interesting day. You always have a few last minute things that have to happen, and it makes for a bit of an adventure on Monday. But quite frankly, most of the major stress, all the big projects and that kind of thing, are pretty much done, or we've decided to extend them to the fall. So yeah, hooray, survived another tax season. I really feel like it was a better tax season for me than last year, although my waistline and relationship with Earth's gravity may not agree with you, or agree with me, I should say, on that particular score. I definitely have gained some weight during this tax season. I haven't been on the scale in a while, but I know based on how my clothes are fitting and how some of my clothes aren't fitting, that I've definitely put on some weight. So I am starting today to kind of rededicate myself to a few things. Just to let you guys know, I know those of you who've been following along, I definitely have updated some things. I've had a few of these longer form updates, and I also have been updating you via my short videos. I definitely haven't fallen off the wagon from a keto perspective, but I have definitely let a lot of keto snacks and treats and that sort of thing creep in. Regular keto treats that should probably be like a once a month kind of thing have been a once a week kind of thing, or even more often than that. Keto foods that are keto foods technically, but probably not real keto for me. Things I shouldn't have around the house all the time, like nuts and seeds, have been a regular part of my keto diet. And so, because of that, I've definitely put on some weight, and that's one of the first things from a nutrition standpoint that I want to address here moving forward, and that is to twofold, really, to rededicate myself to eating in a specific eating window, to really focus on eating, feasting, for lack of a better term. I think Dr. Barry uses that term, but to feast during my meals. It's really, really easy for me, guys, and this is I'm definitely a food addict, if that's how you want to describe it. A person who could really graze on food all day. And I am at my best when I really eat heartily during my meals and don't eat when it's not during a mealtime. And that's one of the things that, especially during the last 30 to 45 days, that's been a real normal for me, has been a lot of grazing. Mostly keto foods, and like I said, with the exception of a couple of days, very specific days, I've been keto. I've been keto-ish, but a lot of snacking and a lot of nuts and seeds and meats and cheeses. Those things, they're not bad in and of themselves, but when you're just kind of eating them all day, that's not a good thing. And of course, in addition to those things, I've definitely also had lots of keto treats. I'm going to try to really, really cut down on those. I'm kind of going to look at things here for the next 30 days. Some of you may know, but my son is graduating high school. He graduates on May 11th, which is just under a month from today. So I'm going to kind of make his graduation my goal for my first little round of changing things. And again, from a nutrition perspective, I want to get rid of the snacking and, the things that are keto foods but are not keto for me. Things like nuts and seeds, and popcorn is real iffy on whether or not it's keto, maybe in very small quantities, but I've definitely let that creep into my diet. And I want to get rid of those things and really focus on eating hearty during my meals. And I'm even thinking about, like, today. I got up and worked my last Saturday, as you guys know. Then with my motivation that I didn't want to let go away, hurried up and mowed the lawn. It's 86 degrees here in North Platte today, which means it's really warm outside. And so after that was done, I realized I hadn't eaten anything yet today. So Keto Chow to the rescue. Hooray for that. I had a nice Keto Chow shake, which was great. Um, but a couple of times since then, I've had to actually actively fight the urge to go and snack because that's kind of what I've gotten used to during tax season, especially the last half of tax season. And I've had to like consciously tell myself, no, let's wait and eat heartily during my meal. I'm going to actually go out to dinner with my daughter, have a daddy-daughter date. I hope she's okay with me calling it that still. She is 15 now. But my wife and my son are out of town this afternoon until later tonight. But I'm going to wait until that meal to go and feast, so to speak. But like I said, I'm having to actively like say, hey, you don't need to snack. You can wait. You're not starving. Certainly not starving. I've got plenty of extra, hanging on. But it's just muscle memory almost. It's a habit of going and snacking and doing that sort of thing. So that's going to be my focus here for the next 30 days, especially for this first week that I'm really going to be focusing on narrowing down my eating window and getting rid of those keto treats and snacks and all that kind of stuff. That's really what I'm going to do from a nutrition perspective. And then from an exercise perspective, a lot of you know, especially those of you who follow along with my short videos, I have gotten back into the habit of walking every day, and I've done that every day this week. Haven't gone for my official walk yet today, although mowing the lawn is not a real walk, but it's definitely some walking. But I'm going to go for a walk this evening. Even though it's a really nice day, it's actually a hot day. My daughter actually was out hanging out with her friends. She asked if I would come pick her up because it's almost 90 degrees. It's real hot. And those of you who do follow along on my short videos know that I have two black dogs. I have a black lab and a black mutt. But they haven't totally shed their winter coats, and because of their black color, walking in the middle of the day on a really hot day is not good for them. So we're going to wait and do a walk in the evening after I've gone to dinner with my daughter. But so from an exercise perspective is what kind of getting lost, getting lost there in the weeds. But from an exercise perspective, I'm going to start making sure that I walk every day. My goal is going to be to get at least 10,000 steps. My goal is to usually do a little more than that. I get closer to 15,000 steps if I'm really focused on it, which is my plan here for the next 30 days. But get those walks in every day. The plan is to walk while the weather is still fairly cool, which after a couple of really hot days, it's supposed to be really hot today, really hot tomorrow, really hot Monday, and then it's supposed to be back to actually unseasonably cool, like low 60s and for highs and lows in the upper 20s and low 30s. So after having to go hurry up in my closet and find a pair of shorts today, I'm going to be back to long sleeves, I think, for most of next week. But I'll be walking in the evenings, and the other part of my exercise from an exercise perspective is to get back to doing my DDPY workouts in the mornings. I have not gotten back to that. It's one of those things where as I've gotten out of the habit of getting up early and getting up just early enough to get into work, I have kind of let those DDPY workouts go, but I'm going to get back to doing those in the mornings. I'm going to start tomorrow morning, and I'm going to ease my way back into those. There's a beginner workout called Energy. It's about a 20-minute workout, and I think I'm going to try to do that every morning this coming week, with the exception of tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. On Sunday, I do rest to some degree, which means I'm going to do a stretch workout tomorrow morning, and then, of course, I will still get a walk in with my dogs. But yeah, so those are my goals. That's my nutrition for the next 30 days. My exercise goals for the next 30 days. I have goals beyond those. I'd like to get back to lifting some weights. And I think I would like to, I talked about narrowing my feasting window, but I might even try a week or two of OMAD to see how I'm feeling from that perspective. But, I survived tax season. It was hard. I feel like I was better mentally this year than I was last year. About a month and a half ago, I did reach out to you guys and let you know that I really had reached a low point. I'm trying to think of exactly when that was, but it was when my dad recorded a video of me playing Billy Joel's "Turn the Lights Back On," and I saw what I looked like, and it was kind of a wake-up call for me, which was good, but also kind of a low point for me. And I want to say thank you again. I know I said thank you right after, but thank you so much for all of you who reached out to me. I got phone calls, I got text messages, I got emails, private messages through Facebook Messenger. Thank you for the love and support. I really appreciate all of you who have come along for the ride on my keto journey. It will be 3 years for me in July, and one of the things that I love so much about keto is the community and the positivity and everybody wanting to encourage everybody else. And that's just been a real blessing to me in my life, and I'm really thankful for you. I hope that somehow I've been a blessing to you, but I want you guys all to know what a blessing you've been to me. I actually just yesterday hit 600 subscribers, and if you had talked to Scott from 3 years ago, to think that I would have a YouTube channel where I regularly talk to you folks, and that I would have 600 people who care enough to be subscribed to my channel, I would have said you were crazy. In a lot of ways, I'm a very different person than I was 3 years ago. The core of who I am has not changed, but I'm definitely a much more confident person, a person who's willing to put myself out there in this forum on YouTube. So, yay for that. My other goal, I guess, as far as my channel goes, is to get back to these regular updates, to make sure that at least once a week, and usually Saturdays is when this works best for me, to check in with you guys in a long form video such as this one, maybe not quite as long as today's video, but a long form video at least once a week on Saturdays. And then of course you'll get those of you who like short YouTube videos, I know some of you don't, but my plan, of course, is to continue updating you with a little 60-second blurb every day as I do my walks with my dogs. So anyway, hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. If you think about it, throw your goals in for the next 30 days. I know that most of you don't have the April 15th cutoff or like I do, so maybe you haven't thought much about what your goals are for the next 30 days, but if you have some nutrition goals, exercise goals, whatever they happen to be, throw them into the comments and we can chat about them. But anyway, hope you guys are doing fantastic. Thank you as always for your love and support. Day by day, keep calm and keto on, my friends, and we'll check in with you again soon.